Hi, guys. I'm sort of starting a series on quality assurance and working in development organizations so that you can have a better idea of how those things work if you're not familiar with it, or how you can improve your own craft if you're in it, but you need a few tips and tricks here and there as to how to level up your own game at doing QA or doing development. So here it goes. The first episode: Your baby is ugly. So, a thing that a lot of developers sort of have in their own head as a mental model of what they're building is sort of that I'm attached to this program I'm writing. It's my baby. Okay. So, don't be calling my baby ugly, you know? That causes a lot of consternation with regard to the relationship between testers and developers. So, you sort of have to get over that if you want a productive relationship between the two. And the trouble is that as a tester, you actually want to maximize the antagonism with your development, because that sort of gets you in the mindset you need to actually find the things that are really bad in programs.
Right, but you can't make it personal or anything like that. Otherwise, folks will definitely take it the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. They just get more and more attached to this baby that they've made. Instead, you have to essentially throw your inner child down a well and make it clear that that's what you're doing. That you're like, look, I am not invested in the outcome whatsoever here. My job as a tester is much like an accountant or something like that, where I am not here to make your product. I am not here to directly do your stuff. I am just a cost center that is here to tell you what the world really is. Okay. I'm here to tell you, if I'm an accountant, what the balance sheet really is. If I'm a tester, I'm here to tell you what your product really is. And therefore, what the risks are if you decide I'm not fixing any of this. Okay. Which a lot of times that is the answer, is to say, no, I'm not fixing any of this. I'm releasing this right away because this will solve problems for the customer right away, which is what they actually want. And then we'll fix the rest of this stuff as we get time, or never, because it's just risks. You're going to take those no matter what.
Right, because even ugly babies can contribute to society.
Yeah, and I think that that's a lot of the place where I've seen QAs personally go wrong, is because they also have this mental model in many other places in their life. They're like, no, I can't really do anything until I've got it down perfect. I have to get X and Y and Z in the right place before I actually do something that's important to my life. And then they just put their life on hold forever, right? That's going to not result in what you want, because you're never going to actually get the practical experience you need to get things done. And it's the same when it comes to developing products. If you don't get it out in front of the customer, if you don't get it actually doing the job as fast as you possibly can, you're not actually going to develop what you want. What you're going to have is an even uglier baby than you thought you had before.
Well, or it becomes the picture of Dorian Gray, where everything looks great on the outside, but it's dead inside.
Yeah, because it doesn't end up serving any meaningful purpose at all, because it's totally disconnected from what the customer actually wanted. When in the first place, if you just taken the model of, I don't really care about the risks, I'm getting this in front of them, you would have had what you needed very, very fast. They would have been happier because they're paying less money. You would have been happier because your margins are higher because you worked on it less, right? So from the other side of things, we just sort of impromptu discuss the management side of things, but from the development side of things, you also need to break your attachment to what you're writing as a program if you really want to be successful. Because what I've seen so many developers go wrong on is that they get really invested in this one particular way of solving the problem that actually boxes them in to where they can't really solve the customer's problem. A lot of times the solution that is really disgusting and gross from a developer point of view is actually the right answer for the problem, because your problem is really time.
Yeah, and since that's what a lot of things, especially with development work, are about, making it to where people have more time. A lot of times people are trading their time for money, but we would like to trade a lot less of that time for a lot more money. And what's the way that development helps with this? Always automating common tasks. So if your thing that you're making is not coming out with the speed that's necessary to solve the customer's problem, then it could be the best plan. It may as well have never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of an adage that I've heard recently that's very useful for people doing development, is that a bad plan executed well beats a wonderful or even perfect plan that you can't execute on because it took too long for you to figure it out, you know?
Right, and many of the Silicon Valley types out there have said many times before that an idea has no value, only the execution does, which just really drives home the point of how you execute on this is really what's going to make you the money or put you into bankruptcy.
Yeah, and when you really think about it, that's sort of the thing that kills this investment that you have in the product or in the result of the tests, meaning a better quality product. That's how you actually kill that, is you start to think, well, does that actually end up pursuing the goals? Is that following the execution path we actually need to meet the goals of the customer or the stakeholder, whatever the heck you want to call them? That's going to be in at the end of the day using whatever it is you're writing.
Right.
So that's really all I've got for you today. Just a quick video so that you can get an idea of the sort of things that we're going to be coming at you every single day on this wonderful channel. So have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Your baby may be ugly, but that doesn't mean it can't deliver value.
Yep. Bye-bye.